and just the songs and Breach in general, very very good. Every album, every album, very good. And I think the main thing for me is that like every album either has like either released at a significant time, or it like in like for me personally, it released at a time significantly for me personally, or like there's just certain songs that I just really like they just like it's that spot in your brain that like it makes it sound
feel good.
Yeah, makes it sound good. Yeah.
I think, and I said this in the last podcast when I was getting to know 21 Pilots for time, is that it's poetry. And then fortunately, Tyler has said that. And
like spoken word, yeah.
And I think that's why, because it's like it's not just churned out to make money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
sure.
I find a lot of the stuff right now is just like, same old recycled somehow, and whereas everything here is so different. The songs all have like a different kind of thing.
That's one thing they are like known for. Like everything sounds very different.
Yeah,
like they have a sound, but it also
because they have one singer basically. I mean, Jokels, but
Jokels.
but the thing is, you know that these are songs that are written from. There's a reason that they're being written, and I think as I.
And that's why a lot of people were very surprised with the turnaround in Breach. Like we were expecting something, but not.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean they're having another concert now?
Yeah.
That's why we ended up in Europe buying tickets.
Double album theory did end up happening, but unexpectedly.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? I mean, but it was so worth it. It was so good. And I think like we were talking about the lyrics, right? And I don't know if you want to talk about any of the songs that mean something to you, like.
Doesn't matter. I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, like, or should I just like talk about like my favorite albums in general, or
I don't know
which.
Whatever you want to talk about.
Okay. Well, I mean, I personally I first started out like the first album that I listened to was actually Regional at Best, which is oddly enough because that's the one that like you can't really find anywhere. But
what do you mean you can't find it anywhere?
Because it's
it's not on YouTube.
It's not. They don't have not
it on
officially. No, not officially.
Oh,
it's all people uploading.
I'm going backwards in the albums.
That's their second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten back to that yet.
That's their second one. I think it's in the playlist that you're listening to. But yeah. Anyway, so that was actually like the first one that I actually ended up listening to. But then for a good while, my favorite was actually Vessel. And then once I started getting more interested in like music production, it kind of changed to Trench, because that's the one that like has been hailed as their most like complex in terms of like the music production and the like sonically, like a lot of layering, and I just really like how it sounds, like just almost like the environment of it. I really like how it sounds. Like that one. Yet? Yeah, you have that one. That one's like 10 out of 10 must listen with headphones. But it's very very good. I mean, on that one, my two favorite are probably Bandito and Leave the City.
I like Bandito.
Yeah. So that like just like layering, sound, vocals, everything just really meshes together very very well. I very much like it. But anyway, I really like that. I really like those. And like definitely like Clancy Breach, very very good, and like there's not a single song at all that
I would say that too.
Like.
It's not that I don't like a song.
Yeah.
There's songs that I like. There's songs
that
I like more
than others, sure.
But it's not that I don't like.
Like,
I have not encountered.
If you had to make a tier list, it'd be really hard. I'd be like. Every song would be battling it out. Like I have ones that are definitely my favorites, but like then the rest of them, like you can't really,
Like I think when I'm listening to Breach, I often skip over City Walls, not because I don't like it, but
okay.
I just was like,
Tally's my favorite.
And that is not my like.
I know, and that was your least favorite, which I don't understand.
I don't know what
how.
It is. So
it's just. Ugh.
Well, and that's fine. That's fine because I think more because I'm thinking more. I don't know what it is, but no. I not listening to that one as much. You can look on my YouTube, the ones that are my most frequent ones. But I think off of Breach, it would be Garbage, and like I said, The Contract, which I so am sad I missed. I like intentions.
You like intentions, yeah. You like intentions.
Robot voices, love that. I love to bop around to that one in my car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll actually show my YouTube in the car. So let me just.
Oh really? Yeah.
I know I shouldn't do that, but I do that. Mm-hmm. And then I was just looking at and I'll pull this up, and this I have my glasses on because I'm old.
Which one were you looking at?
I was looking at the ones that got the most hits. In terms of that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely City Walls.
And oh shoot, now it's not.
Yeah, I remember. I remember what you were saying, but City Walls was the one that, of course, that had the most. It was like 17 million or so, and then the contract had about 16 million, and Drug Show about 11 or so.
And I kind of wanted to, but it was the ones.
It's always the ones that have videos.
Always the ones that have videos that have the most plays. So it's
sure.
And I guess it makes sense.
Because it makes people.
But I was kind of like looking at that, and just to see how much play the other ones are getting. Mm-hmm. So I guess looking at YouTube is probably not the best way to try and assess that,
most
because people are looking at YouTube because they want to see video.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike me, I am fine with just looking at the thing and listening to it. So those are, I think, are my major ones. Mm-hmm. And then we're sort of talking about, and keep in mind, I'm going backwards, so I haven't.
You've gotten to Blurry Face.
I've gotten to Blurry Face. So
Breach, out of Clancy, Skeleton
outside of Clancy and Breach, those you said I only have 3 to choose from.
Yeah,
outside of that, I like Scaled and Icy.
Yeah.
And you were saying that that's controversial, but I
outside of
I like Scaled and Icy.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
I do, and level of
I
concern.
think the reason why people the reason why people like at the time didn't love it is because it was coming off of Trench, which is like very, very different.
I don't know. I like
that one set the bar like very, very high.
I don't know if it's just satisfying because of my generation, something about it. Because when I was listening to it, it's like, oh, that reminds, like, I like that. I'm like, oh, okay, that reminds me of other things. So I don't know if that's why. Just because I don't know. Is it more like 80s stuff? I don't know. I don't know how it used to be. I don't know what that sounds like. But we'll get to that later. But anyways, I really, really, really enjoyed it. And then in terms of other things, like I was just saying, level of concern. Talking about.
Did you listen to the live version of Level of Concern? Because that's my favorite. I really like the live version. I don't think
so.
It's very, very good.
There's a live version?
There's a live version.
Well, I'm sure there is. But no, I was talking about the music video.
Good. Yeah.
So I've watched that a few times. I like Level of Concern. And I think other things, I do like the line a lot.
A lot of people do.
No, but you're talking about things that just sort of, because I think for me, like about lyrics, like I like to, so those ones really mean a lot to me. So like, the line garbage, and I actually say that a lot, at least in my head. I don't know if I say it out loud, but I'll say, oh, I feel like garbage, and I'm like, oh my god, he's got a song that's called I Feel Like Garbage. You got to be kidding me.
It's really interesting, like on that point, how. Like, actually, I wrote an essay about this, like, last year.
You wrote an essay.
Yeah, I wrote an essay about this last year.
And if you want, listen to last year's podcast talking about writing that essay.
It's one thing I mentioned was that, like, their songs, like, the lyrics are, and they literally call this out. I think they call this out in, I think it was Message Man. They literally call this out, saying, like, the song does not, like, how it sounds does not match the lyrics. Like, it sound like garbage sounds, like, happy and stuff. Or it's definitely, like, fun to dance to and stuff, but, like, if you really think about it, like, no, this is, man, that's deep.
No, but that's,
that's part of, like, they do that very well, and
I
it's
feel
very
the
good.
Same thing about Neon Gravestones.
That is not fun to dance to. That is sad.
No, but no, I'm not talking about that, but I feel like, no, not... Dude, no, like in terms, like when you listen, like
sure,
it's pretty heavy,
but
I don't feel like it sounds that heavy.
I don't know, that sounds heavy to me.
Okay, maybe
like that one and Goner and even Leave the City. Like if those come on, like if they're on my playlist and they come on, I'm working out. I'm like no, that's not the time.
Maybe because you're more
not the time.
But it's not like the line. Okay, like the line, the whole
that
thing.
One. No, but that one is. That one also is kind of one of them for me. Like I will listen to it. Like it just doing stuff, but like also that one hits very heavy. But also, the thing about the line is that it works threefold. It works within the show that they wrote it for.
Yeah,
it works within the lore, and it just
thing.
works in general. As someone who is not familiar with the music.
And this is the thing. And talking about heathens, which of course is also fantastic.
Yeah.
But I was listening to an interview with Tyler.
Yeah.
About writing heathens, and I, so much respect for this guy. Is that he was saying that he didn't want to write a song for the movie. He wanted to write a song.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good approach. Yeah.
And it just and if it lands, it lands. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like if it works, it works. It doesn't. And then if it doesn't, it doesn't work. You know. And I thought that was like, you know. So then and then it of course it ended up working. But it's, you know. But he didn't write it for the like he wrote it about his fans, and that's the part that I found really interesting. And in getting to know the fandom. You kind of understand why he chose those lyrics, and I thought, wow, that was, you know, really interesting. And it's the same thing with the line. Like
also,
he wrote about something, like he wrote about the passing of his grandmother.
Yeah, his grandmother. Yeah. Well, actually,
and then it just works. Right?
Cottonwood's about his grandfather. Legend is about his other grandfather, and the line is about his grandmother. Yeah, and actually, but the thing is, navigating, he does mention.
You know, and this is the awesome thing about this is that
he works in his personal stuff.
He does that, and I think that's why the lyrics mean a lot to people because it
means something to the artist.
Yeah, because and I always think, you know, always when something means to you as an artist, and then it goes. That's the whole point about a lot of the lore, right? Is being your art and trying to express yourself in art, and I think one of the reasons for me that I find this so important is because I didn't start off being an artist, right? So, and here I see him, and I understand that sort of that feeling that once you find your art and when it's working for you, it's almost like it's not. Anyways, I get it. I'll just put it this way. I really I get it. Yeah. So this is why I was able to embrace the lore as well, because there is an element of, it's you know, pulled from that idea.